Reloading. Here I go.
Come on, this is the one. Oh, it was as well.
They got me.
Enemy down.
That was one shot, one kill for me.
Where the heck's he at?
I'm down.
We need to move.
When you get up, just lay straight down. Lay straight down.
I got you.
Alright.
I feel like I'm like hanging in the air.
You
Hey,
do.
anybody, you got any extra armor plates? I don't have any.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I got 2 here.
I'm gonna go in this fire station quick.
Bit of
see if I
body
can
armor.
get anyone out. They're gonna be annoyed.
I got 2.
One of
I
them's
got
dead.
2 sniper bullets.
Another one down. Oh my. He's getting the red straight away on him. Oh, 2 down. Oh my god.
Enemy UAV overhead.
That was insane. Come on. Let's thermite him. There's only one left there, but two down.
Where are they at?
Here. I've got 2 down.
Reading the enemy trackers. Good work.
At purple?
Oh, they both have self-revive.
Green.
They both got killed. I need help. There's one dude left on me.
I'm watching your right.
Where's that recon? Send it over.
This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover. Enemy movement!
Nice.
Yo, what is happening, people? It's i2GD, and this video is just to help the guys struggling a little bit in Verdansk. I know there's so many players out there that are insane, so many players that just push every single enemy they find, but I know there's a lot of players that are struggling, whether it's to do with loadout choice, positioning, movement, or just in general combat. So this video is just going to help, I hope anyway, anyone struggling. First off, I'm going to go ahead and show you my 2 main loadouts. So straight away I would get either one of these loadouts. They're both overkill. Now we get to being ghosted after, but I'm going to tell you first of all, this is what I would do depending on the zone. If the zone is open, I would probably go for, by open by the way I mean if there's not a lot of buildings in the zone, or if most of the zone is in, like, if a lot of it is in the out of combat zone, you'll be able to tell straight away as soon as you're about to jump, hit your map, and you'll be able to see what the zone's saying. So for an open zone, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to snipe, and I'm going to use an MP7. Now the reason for using an MP7 with a sniper is it's quick to run with, obviously the movement speed, quick to aim down sight, and you can have 60 round mags as opposed to the other SMGs where I think the P90 you can have 50. The Bison is the biggest mag, but you're not really going to want to use the Bison. You don't see a lot of players potentially using this gun. The MP7 is probably the best gun to use if you're using a sniper. I'd say MP5 different for assault rifles, etc. Forget about it saying car MP5, because I was running the MP5 with the car until my friend Jimmy told me about the MP7. So here's the car. The car is insane. I've only recently been using it. I've now converted from the AX50 straight to the car, and I'll show you why. The mono suppressor is pretty much everything you need for damage range, and it's going to keep you quiet, let's say. So you can ping away wherever you want and they're not actually going to really know where you are. So I straight away put the suppressor on. This is the one you want for the barrel, for the best range, the best accuracy and the best control. You want attack laser. Those 3 pros right there, you can't really beat it. The main pro, aim down sight speed. Now notice it says laser visible to enemies. That doesn't matter, because by the time you've aimed in and you took your shot, if you hit them, brilliant. If you don't, you can just get down, move to another position. I'll come across to positioning, etc. after, but for now, tac laser definitely. The sniper scope is what you want to use. However, you want to go across to the reticle, and I'm pretty sure you would have already had 200 kills using the sniper scope. So forget about that one, put this one on. With a tac laser, it makes this scope incredible. Last but not least, I used to run the granulated grip, but now we're going all out aim down sight speed as it's Warzone. You want to get them quickly because enemies are so fast. Stipple grip tape. Sprint to fire speed, which is insane. I need it as I run auto tactical sprint. So the sprint to fire speed is a must, as well as the aim down sight speed. Now notice on here, aim down sight speed is reduced a little. Aim down sight speed is reduced a little, but the tac laser and the stipple grip make it balanced. So that's why we'd run that. Now, the MP7. This is the build for the MP7. You're going to want the suppressor. As you're sniping, you don't really want to snipe someone and then whip out this MP7 and beam them with a, let's say, a compensator or whatever. You don't need to worry about anything like that. I pretty much run monolithic suppressor on every single gun. You want the recon barrel, which is the best one you can see here. Now notice again, aim down sight speed is a con. Same as here, it's a con. However, the tac laser brings it up. The commando foregrip is not affecting the aim down sight speed in the con, as you can see. And then I run 60 round max. So this is all time quickest gun to use alongside of a sniper. A lot of people would argue and say MP5, blah blah blah. Now MP5 is my favorite gun. I have so many games where I've won with the MP5, but I'm not going to run that when I'm sniping because I need that extra 15 bullets in case I get 2 people push me or 3 people push me, etc, etc. So this is my go-to sniper loadout if the zone is what you kind of know what you want to run by seeing the zone straight away after playing a few games. So anyways, I'm not going to get too caught up in that. But here, perks, double time needed, overkill, obviously you want the 2 guns, and amped is a must. I run amped on every single perk. We used to run C4, they nerfed it, so now we're running Semitex because Semitexes are they're good. I mean, you could run a thermite if you wanted, but I'm running a Semitex at the minute. And of course the heartbeat sensor, it is pretty much essential. A lot of people would argue, say, stun grenades, but I'm not the average player, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to be pushing everyone left, right, center, throwing stuns. I'm actually going to come out of the trees, come out of the bush, wherever I'm going to come out of. I will try and outsmart any enemy I can, and heartbeat sensor is the way forward when you're trying to flank somebody. So instead of getting caught up in all of that, I'm going to quickly run to my main loadout, the MP5 Kilo. Now everyone is running this loadout. I'm not going to lie, everyone is running this Kilo build that I've got. You would have seen it on so many YouTube videos. However, I use it a little bit differently, and my MP5 I don't see anyone using. So let's show you this now. I'll show you the Kilo first. As you probably already know, the mono, that's the best barrel. The VLK optic, a lot of people run 50 round mags. I prefer 60 because I do play a lot of squads, and commando foregrip. So if you was to say, a lot of people like using ranger or operator, but you can see on the cons, aim down sight speed, aim down sight speed. So we straight up go for commando foregrip. Gives you recoil stabilization, aim and stability, and the only con is movement speed. Now that doesn't matter if you are running like an MP5, because when you're moving 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the MP5 in your hand, so you can run quicker. Okay, you can, if you've got amped on, if you get shot out from range, you can quickly get in cover, pop out your Kilo flat out, and start beaming. So, but that being said, I'll show you what I do a little bit different with that Kilo. So I grinded a little to unlock this. This double cross optic is insane. I feel like the VLK is brilliant like this with a little dot, but this little thing here, I feel like you can make it a little bit more precision, if you know what I'm saying. So this is what I run. But now we're going to get straight onto the MP5. Now I am telling you now, I run the MP5 completely different to anyone. I have no barrel. A lot of people would use the mono integral barrel, and they would use F-Tac collapsible, and they would use 5 MW laser alongside a stipple grip tape or a sight of hand perk. Now, I'll use the mono suppressor for max range. I use the tac laser for the ADS speed, the Merc foregrip for the hip fire, The 45 round mags is a must, and the granulated grip, so when I'm aiming in, it's keeping me steady and on target. People would use that for sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, blah blah blah, but me, I feel like I've got a mixture of everything I need on this gun. Now, a lot of people would argue with me and say, this is not the gun to use. This is not the MP5 build. I say it is. I'm gonna run it from the beginning, yeah? The mono suppressor for range. No barrel. You don't need a barrel because they're not very good. They're good for mobility, etc., but I don't like that. I have the tac laser, once again, for the pros. The only con is laser visible to enemies. Now, we don't care if the laser's visible because by the time you're aiming at them, they already know you're there. I have no stock. I do not run F-tac collapsible because notice the aim and stability and recoil control goes down. I don't really want it to go down. So I balance everything out. I have this on to make me steady and on target. Hip fire accuracy is a must. Obviously the aim down sight speed is affected alongside aim walk and movement speed. It doesn't really matter about the movement speed. Aim down sight speed is boosted up a little bit here, as you can see. I just feel like all round this is the best build for an MP5 for me personally. I've played 4,000 games of Warzone. I've used probably about 10 different builds of the MP5, but this one, it just does the job. I mean, if you've got an enemy pushing you, you can hip fire him without worrying. You can drop shot, you can hip fire, turn around, aim at someone else. You know what I mean? It is a great gun. I would advise, if you've never tried it, try it. If it's not for you, maybe take the tac laser off for a 5MW one, and you can take off granulated grip tape for F-tac collapsible, or you could even swap granulated grip tape for stipple grip tape, whatever suits you. A lot of people take off the mono suppressor and they run this, but notice, I prefer this. Now anyways, that's just a little insight on my two main loadouts. To make it a little bit easier for you, because you'll be thinking, oh, I want to be ghosted, I want to be cold-blooded, blah blah blah. I'm going to tell you a little something. Barely anybody in Warzone runs cold-blooded, and runs thermal, sorry. So just to clear it up a little, a lot of people think cold-blooded makes you immune from heartbeats. I'm going to show you right now. Ghost makes you immune from heartbeats, okay? Cold-blooded is only undetectable by thermal, and it does not trigger high alert warning. Now, I don't know anyone really that runs high alert in Warzone, and barely anyone is running thermal, so you don't need cold-blooded. If you want to go ghost, this is what you do. Do what I do, okay? I'm gonna get, let's say I get my MP5 kilo loadout. We buy loadout straight away. On the free loadout, or if we rack up enough money to just buy a second loadout to be safe and not go for the free loadout, as we know people are camping on that loadout, I have a ghost class with a really bad assault rifle. Now the M4A1's a great assault rifle, but I have a bad build, so I automatically pick up my guns that I've just dropped. Now on this loadout, I've got ghost. I don't care about anything else on this loadout. I've got double time, ghost and amped, and I usually run a thermite just in case. But this is what we do. Make a build however you want, just in case someone on your team comes back from the gulag and they need a gun. This is still a good gun to use, but instead of having 5 attachments, I have one of them sacrificed, fully loaded. So when I pick this gun up, I then drop it and pick up my other 2 guns off the floor, and I'm automatically going to have full ammo again. Same as this pistol, fully loaded. So my MP5 now is going to be back on full ammo again. This is why I call it ammo ghost. Well, it was EOD, but yeah, I need to change the names of my loadouts. But it doesn't actually affect me because I know what I'm getting straight away as I play a lot. So double time, ghost and amped. Now ghost is very, very handy in Warzone, but it's not a must. You don't need ghost straight away. A lot of people do, but if you're trying to play for kills as well as wins, you don't need ghost straight away. Ghost is necessary, but not at the beginning. It is necessary for end games, or if you're pushing and you're trying to be smart, etc. But it's not a must. A lot of people get caught up on, I need ghost, I need ghost. Now this is what happens if you get ghost straight away. You get ghost straight away. You've got your primary gun. You're now left with you've just got a handgun, rocket launcher, knife, whatever it is you've got on there. And people will say, it's okay, I'll kill an enemy and I take their gun. Now, I do not want to rely on picking up a gun that I'm not familiar with. So I will instantly go with overkill. Same as if I'm going to use that. Overkill, overkill, overkill. That is another one that I'd use if I don't need ammo. I'm going to straight away pick up this class because I'm full on ammo already. And then what this basically does is, say I've got my MP5 Kilo. Let's say my friend's just died after getting his loadout's disappeared. He's gone gulag, he comes back, or I buy him back or whatever. Now I've got my gun. He or she is going to have they're going to land in, they could potentially get another loadout, but they're not going to be able to go straight away and have 2 guns. So what we do is say, get your ghost class. I can basically, I've got my Kilo already, I can grab the same Kilo and I can drop it for you. Because everyone's running the same gun, we're all familiar with a Kilo. I've now got my Kilo and I've dropped this Kilo, they've got it. So not only have I got my loadout, my friend now has also got their loadout set without needing to get 2. So there's always ways around it. It may sound a bit confusing, so just to clear it up, let's say I've got the MP5 Kilo. I've just got my friend back, he died, so he hasn't got any perks, he hasn't got any guns. He's gonna land back in. He can land on me, I can get the loadout, he can get an MP5 go straight away, or a sniper go straight away, and I can drop him the Kilo, so he's got 2 primaries, and he doesn't need to worry about not being ghosted, because a lot of people want to be ghosted. But that being said, I don't want to get too carried away, because I know a lot of people already know, but this is strictly for people that do need help with loadouts, etc. So MP5 Kilo, car MP7, even a fire shotgun, whatever you're familiar with, PKM, MP5, whatever you need, Grau MP5, a combat class, which is a fully loaded sniper with a Kilo, so I know I can have 40 bullets left over with the sniper. I haven't got to worry about, oh no, I've got no bullets, I'm going to get killed, etc, etc. So that's how I run it. So that are the loadouts. Now, positioning is probably the hardest thing in Warzone. Positioning is a lot harder than, let's say, flanking. Flanking can be easy because you can have someone shoot on the right hand side, you can rotate a little bit around, the enemies don't know you're there, and you beam them. But positioning, it's hard for people to know where to position themselves when they look at the zone straight away. They think, what's going to happen? Now you can roughly guess what the zone's going to be. Sometimes it will do you dirty and it will completely be away from where you think, but to begin with, you kind of know what the zone's going to be, where you're going to have to move, depending on where you drop. So where you drop is the main priority for a good Warzone game. If you drop straight Superstore with a team that isn't familiar with pushing or movement, etc., you're not going to make it out alive. If you do, it's probably very, very lucky. So you don't want to do things like what you see on the YouTube. You don't want to be trying to copy the pro players or the better players because you think, I need to do this to get better. You need to look at the map and you have to think, right, there's a lot of contracts here. It's going to be busy there. Scavengers, going to be busy. Bounties may be a little bit busy depending on where you drop. Let's say you drop Boneyard, busy. Superstore, busy. Airport, busy. You want to drop somewhere on the edge of the, not of the map, on the edge of the circle, even just below the circle. Drop there, make sure you have a nice, easy start, get your loot, get your loadout, blah, 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 and then you know where to move. Now you can have a choice. You can either do a couple recons, but don't get caught up doing too many because you will probably die, or you will, let's say you've done 5 recons, it's zone 3, you go straight to the middle of the zone. You're gonna have to fight every single person that comes at you, and 9 times out of 10 you will not make it out alive unless you have the best strategy with the best squad. So 1 or 2 recons is essential if you're trying to play the movement game. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do recons. Sometimes I do it if there's no contracts around and we need money because it's all looted everywhere and we need to get a teammate back. A recon may give you quick money, etc. But yeah, they're not that essential. I see so many players getting caught up doing recons, left, right, center. I'm not gonna lie to you, I get so many kills when it says recon activated nearby. You just look up in the sky, you see the yellow beam. Now, a lot of players, they don't all go on it together, or you get one person go on it, they activate it, they're on their own, they just stood there, letting it do its thing, looking at the map, thinking, right, this is where I'm gonna go next. And then all of a sudden, Semtex through the window, Thermite through the window, C4, whatever, boom, dead. So you don't want to be that person. If you're playing a squad game, all of you want to get on the flag and get away. Have a vehicle there ready. They already know where you are. The recon activated nearby will pop up and they'll see a yellow flare in the air. So a vehicle there it's not gonna make anyone think, oh, let's go push because there's a vehicle there. They'll push you anyway because you're doing a recon. So get a vehicle there, all of you get on it. A big trick, put a trophy in a car, get in the car, go to the recon if it's in the open. Just stay in the car, get the recon, drive away. Don't worry about the loot. If you get caught up looting too much, it will get you killed. You have to be fast and you have to try and outsmart the enemy. That is the way forward. So movement is very, very essential for outsmarting players. If you've got better movement than the enemy, you are going to win 9 times out of 10. If you don't, it could be lag, it could be they've got a stopping power rounds, they've got a head glitch, or they just beam you in the head very, very, very quickly. So the 3 things that I focus on is my strategy, not to win, but my strategy on how I can have an easier game and not die straight away and get frustrated and not want to play anymore. My strategy is the 2 loadouts I've mentioned, getting the ghost after. You don't have to go for a free loadout. If you're playing well and your team have enough money, you can buy a second one, just put it anywhere else, get your ghost. Like I said, if you need to help a team, you can have a ghost class with the same gun that you've already got, just so you can drop it to them, etc. So I'd say 1, your loadouts are key to win a game and to play well. 2, movement. And 3 is just general outsmarting a team. I see so many people just running around like headless chickens in this game. You can do so many things to make an enemy think that you've just run away, or just to confuse them. Smash a window and I think you've jumped out the building. So then they move out the building, they're looking for you and you just beam them out the window. Little things like that. Honestly, one tiny little thing could give you a team wiped, meaning you've got all the loot, you've got all the money now, you can go buy your team, or you can go buy UAVs, you can do what you like, and then you can move to your next position and plan your next move. If you don't plan your next move and you just run, you will probably get beamed. So it's all about planning your next move. If you've just had combat, gunfight, you kill everyone, and then you're like, right, good, I can chill now. Chances are you can't. You've just alerted everyone around you that you've just killed someone, or there's been 2 teams fighting, you'll get that other third party coming in, they will try and push you. So it's just literally not losing your focus. You need to keep your focus at all times. It may sound sad, it may sound quite stupid, but if you lose focus, you will probably get killed. So loadouts, movement, and I'd say focus. The 3 main things for me.